Welcome back, listeners, to Fictional Heroism as we start the first official arc in universe for Season 2, where this is going to be an interesting arc, and it's picking up with Bel forming a new team to deal with a new menace in the Tri-City area of Cherubim Cove. Our promo for this week is of Monsters and Mixed Successes, a new Monster of the Week podcast that has premiered over at The Actual Place, one of the podcast servers that's a great place to find a lot of great podcasters and a great community supporting each other. Link to The Actual Place will be in our show notes.
The small town of Pharaoh is strange, filled with monsters, magic, and entities unknown to all but a few residents. Join local priest Leviathan Bel.
Any threat to the divine and to this town is to be taken care of, and that's my duty.
Ex-monster hunter Alex Palmer.
I'm not paranoid enough to stop being curious. Fine. He takes the hand. Oh shit, I'm in over my head.
And haunted archivist Ananil Malice.
It's Anna's turn to have a bad day. Opening his little satchel, and he's taking his notebook out, and he's like opening it to the page where he sketched the boulder go.
As they step up to try their best to protect their town and its people from entities that want to lay claim over it. Every other Wednesday, come take a seat at our table, where there are monsters aplenty.
Where these eyes should be are just concave pits of flat flesh.
We're all a little bit silly.
Awkward moment when you just want to read some books and then your friends start having a fight about your free will.
And our characters are very, very sad.
I really appreciated and cherished having friends.
Of Monsters and Mixed Successes is available on YouTube and most podcasting platforms.
And as you raise your hand to start to do this magic, he shoots you. Yes.
Oh no.
If you enjoyed our shows, you should also be checking out the network we're a part of, the Fun Installers Network, whose promo will be playing next, and then we'll be on to the show.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin. On the frontier of the internet is a new website being constructed called FuninstallersNetwork.com, where they install fun directly into your brain, where they do collaborations with other creators, such as video game reviews, podcast episodes, art galleries, and they even do little game master tips for you who like tabletop role-playing games. So make sure to go over to FuninstallersNetwork.com and tell them that this really cool radio guy sent ya. Now back to your regularly scheduled program, whatever it may be.
Greeting, listeners, and welcome to Fictional Heroism as we jump into another one-shot with some old friends from the pod that are taking their first step into the Fictional Heroism campaign. And we have a new player coming in who's not even 3 yards away from me. Caitlin, say hello.
Hello, Caitlin.
Hello, Caitlin.
And you might recognize the voices. We've got Mid and Dice with us, and episode or two, we should have Preston too, as we're giving Caitlin a chance to practice a little bit of doing Monster of the Week by doing kind of a pre-mystery setup. As I think this session starts with a focus on Bel as you're being walked through the library by Greta. You guys seem to be heading toward the garage as Greta. It's been pretty silent. She just asked you to follow along. She has a set of folders in her arm, and she looks over at you and says, well, Bel, from what we've been told from Roger and Colin's assessment of the last mission, and considering you and your team managed to get myself and the rest of the library higher-ups out of there, well, I've been talking to Colby, and we think it's time for you to set up your own team.
Mel just he's just kind of walking behind her. His hands are He's in his human form. He has his hands on his on the back of his neck, like his elbows are pointing upwards. He has a sucker in his mouth. Do you want me to set up a team?
Yeah, we have another weird mission that we want you to head out, and well, I guess not set up a team might not be the best way to put it. We're having you assemble a team. In fact, I think one of your teammates should be waiting us when we get into the hangar, and we have a little surprise for you.
All right. Speaking of things, were you able to get that video taken down yet? Of that video that the Faye Michael Jackson created? Any chance?
Well, you see Greta kind of rub the back of her neck. Here's this thing, Belle. We realize that you might be, you promise not to be mad?
Belle just, let me guess. You can't take it down, can you?
We can, and now it's up at 2 other places. And now 4 other places, and then he takes out her phone, scrolls down. It's being hosted on 16 different locations by 16 different hosts. Every time.
Okay, it's probably going to be a hopeless.
Yeah, we actually would have been. It would have been easier if we had left it alone, because then it would only be in one place.
Belle just I'm now going to be known as the lammy guy around the office, aren't I? He just stares, kind of just in the annoyed stare. One of his eyes just twitch.
I wouldn't say that.
Fine. Belle, do you have the files, at least on the new guy? Or at least I can read them?
Well, these are actually files in your first case. You actually met. You've actually met him in a couple other missions. She hands you the files. We need you to pick up the subject from the haunted house.
Belle just looks at the files. Oh, great. This guy. I'm going to be listening to sheep puns for the whole day. And lamb puns.
Well, not that subject.
No, he points to he looks at the file who's accompanying him. He's looking at Mel's file.
Yeah, I understand. Well, I know. Greta nods and goes, well, yeah, but it's okay. Let's put it this way: you're picking up the subject and your little pen pal over there.
He nods. All right. Belle pulls out another sucker from his pocket.
What?
And Belle throws out the stick out of his mouth, the sucker stick, and pulls out another sucker and just unwraps it and puts it in his mouth. And then he could just continues walking with Greta. He's silent now. He's in thought a lot. He's thinking kind of.
Well, the good news is there's gonna be a 4th team member that's gonna meet you there. If it makes you feel better, Stan avoided her like the Dickens, so Raj even runs from her. So
Belle kind of looks. Should I be concerned about that or happy about that? Belle just looks and is at Greta is by the very acknowledgement of that Raj and Stan are worried to work with her.
Well, maybe I don't know her stance on your kind yet, but
Belle just
she scares the sillies. Let's put it that way. He's no nonsense. So
Belle just kind of okay. Well, let's get over to the hangar. He's just at this point. Can I use my magic to make myself float while I'm sitting?
Yeah. Well, you can roll magic to do that.
I'm just gonna turn into my lamb form and just float on a little fluff ball cloud just behind her. Belle's just tired of walking. He's just gonna be lazy. He's just gonna be floating on a little black cloud.
Okay, and I got a question for you, Dice. What's Belle's favorite color?
I would say green.
You and Greta walk out to the hangar, and she walks you over to a 1967 Chevy Impala. You recognize it as the one you borrowed from Stan's collection, and it has been painted in your favorite shade of green.
Bel just smiles. Oh, Stan's gonna kill me.
Yeah, he might kill us all, so we're trying to prepare for that.
Bel opens the trunk and checks inside. What does Bel find in Stan's trunk of the car? Bel used to remember Stan used to keep a good arsenal in that trunk.
I think you find so many bottles of alcohol.
Bel just kind of looks disappointed.
Sorry, all you can find is some junk in the trunk?
Bel just... Oh, that's lovely. Used to... It's like Bel just starts pulling bottles of alcohol out, just kind of scanning the bottom of the trunk, just trying to feel the fake liner. Does Bel find anything, Sean?
Roll me a plus sharp.
Okay, I'm looking at my sharp score real quickly. That is... My sharp score is a -1, so let's roll. That'll be an 8.
After the -1? Yeah.
I rolled a 9, so...
I think you find... I'll give you this. I think you find a much dirtier... I think you find a better sword. It still has the same stat blocks, but instead of your tiny sword, you find a claymore.
Bel lifts it and see how heavy the sword is. Like, how much weight would this be, Bel?
It's surprisingly light. It seems to be made out of some kind of... The best you can guess is it's made out of some kind of star metal.
Bel just smiles happily. I can't wait to use this, baby. Do you have a standard loadout for any agents? Just double checking. I might empty out some of this alcohol and try to stock up just in case for us, if it's okay.
Yeah, it's a standard gear. All right, yeah. I think she helps you unload it, and she loads up some of the stuff that she knows your Pel agents you use. You're putting in like a shotgun, a hunting rifle.
So some different types of ammo. Just like I picture rock salt and lead and iron rounds, I would say. I would also add in some... I'll keep some of those bottles of alcohol. What type of alcohol does Dan have?
There's some cheap bathtub gin. There are some bottles of finely aged wine. Those are half empty. So he's gone into those. You know he's gone into those at least since he bought them.
I'm gonna see if there's any high proof alcohols in there.
Yeah, there's a couple.
I'm gonna keep those in there, and I'm gonna get some rags for when we need to.
Right. Then I think you guys finish loading up the car. Greta hands over the keys, and Bel, you're off.
All right. Bel is just he sets up the car. He's gonna do a little modern touch to it, where you know those what's it called? It's like you can put a cassette tape in, and you have an aux cable to it.
Yeah.
Okay, he's gonna plug in his phone to the aux cable, his hell phone, and play Wayward. Was it Wayward Sons or that song that they used to play at Supernatural?
Should you? No, I mean I never watched that, but shouldn't it really be Highway to Hell?
Here on my Wayward Son, and just a random playlist of different songs like that. As he drives out, And he does it in a very eccentric way when he drives out. He just like kind of shows off.
Yeah, but yeah, shouldn't it be Highway to Hell?
You hear that on the way when he gets to the location. You're highway to hell.
And though you are demonic, you probably do have sympathy for the devil.
I think Greta just shakes her head as she walks away as you're heading out. She's like, "Oh, maybe this was a mistake."
It involves Bel. Of course, it was a mistake.
I mean, they're still dealing with the back end of the rave incident, you know.
So many victims having to be shaved of their woolly fur.
Never get Bel high on drugs and stuff, and let him experiment with demon magic.
You actually started a cult.
I started
Oxycontins.
I started a second cult by accident. Okay. Let's just hope this one doesn't try to murder me. So,
I
Okay. So
think we need Bel to have facial hair because I know the perfect beard style. Do you know Bel would have mutton chops?
it's like as soon as Bel hears Mel say this, he's gonna pray. It's like he's definitely gonna be keep my inner peace, keep my inner peace, keep my inner peace. Don't do anything.
I think the camera kind of turns and spins like in these scenes. We change scenes as Bel pulls up to, well, Caitlin, it's your character's house. What does it look like from the outside?
From the outside, it's a little worn down. It's not like your traditional haunted house, but it definitely looks like a fixer-upper. It has a worn white picket fence that looks like it has been recently repainted in kind of like a teal color, but the yard itself still needs some work, so there's lots of, the grass is kind of shaggy and there's some weeds, but the front of the house is kind of, I'm trying to figure out how to explain it. It's kind of like the style of a haunted house, but it doesn't look as worn as a haunted house.
So it's like a haunted house if someone was actually living in it and keeping up appearances as much as they could. Like,
right, yeah, you can tell that someone has tried to do work, but you can tell that before that person got there that it was pretty much run down.
Like Monster House.
Yeah, exactly, like Monster House, except it's kind of like, it's more in the country, so it's kind of like further away from like the neighbors and stuff.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, and so as Bel pulls up with his car playing Highway to Hell, I would say Mal, Shadow, you hear a commotion outside. And I'm going to need you to roll plus sharp. To do that, Taylor, by the way, you roll 2d6 and you add sharp, the number under sharp.
Well, you add the number, or in my case, subtract it.
Okay, so I have a 4.
Well, look under experience. You get 1 experience, so you'd be 1 of 5 now.
I rolled better than that. I got a 6, which still fails.
Okay, yeah, you both take experience. You have no idea who that is outside. You just know someone just pulled up to the house. And they're blaring devil music.
So I just heard, hey, Shadow, some jackass with an overcranked stereo is playing bad 80s music again. You want us to go deal with them?
Shadow is in the kitchen sweeping, and she just lets out like an exasperated sigh and says, "No, I'll deal with it before someone makes a mess." And she...
Well, hey, come on. I only made 3 people piss themselves, okay? Not much of a mess.
I mean, I wasn't referring to you. There's only like 36 other ghosts in this house.
Bel turns off the car.
Yeah, but the difference is they're just jerks. I'm a genuine pedigreed asshole.
I mean, there's the doctor in the basement who likes to chop up people for fun. I mean, you can go hang with him if you want.
His medical license runs through his throat. He's not a real doctor.
That's why he operates out of the basement.
I didn't say anything about that.
Also, guys, why don't you describe your characters?
So Shadow is, she usually wears like grays and blacks, which makes her golden brown hair appear that much more vibrant. Today, though, she has, since she is doing some housework, trying to make it look somewhat presentable. She has a worn pair of blue jeans on and a simple black tank top, and her hair is pulled up in a messy bun. And if you didn't know that she was living in a haunted house, she would appear just like a typical girl next door young woman.
Yeah, I think the camera kind of pans past Shadow and it focuses on as Shadow and Mal put it themselves, the ghost in the room. Oh, describe yourself.
So this is Mal, short for Malice, who is actually one of the former living, but you can't let something as little as death keep you down, right? Mal is very much a sort of a punk alternative look, though the hair is white, having dyed in that. They look alike, mostly. It's kind of like they're definitely, you look at them, there's something off, but you can't quite place it. It's not that they're in the uncanny valley, more that like they're on the edge of it looking in. So just there's something off, but you can't quite place it. But yeah, so they've got things like the leather jacket, the 4,832 assorted patches sewn into that, ripped jeans, earrings, spiked collar. Very, very, very punk, very, very disaffected. They look like they're probably about 17, 18, 19, about as old as they looked when they died. How old they actually are, well, nobody knows. But, and if anybody hasn't picked up on it yet, Mel is definitely sarcastic asshole.
Should I describe Bel?
And Shadow is sarcastic and brooding.
And Mal will give you shit for being so broody. Being an asshole is one thing, but being broody is just like, come on. Even I did better things with my life. Not much, wasn't a very long life, but still. Besides, you're the one who can actually bake cookies.
Hey, you try being alive in 2023. It's not a walk in the park.
Really, haven't we talked about you making these, you try living in whatever? Haven't we had this talk before, really? You gonna be like that?
We never stop having this talk. Year's not even over yet.
Okay.
Should I describe Bel quickly, Sean?
Yeah. One second, I'm leaning into that. Don't worry.
Yeah, it sounds like there's some loud asshole parked out with their stereo cranked up too high because either they have a really, really, really small unmentionable or they're just deaf.
Okay, so Shadow heads towards the door. As she's heading towards the door, there is a loud screech from somewhere in the house, and as she's walking to the door, a hatchet flies past her, barely misses her, and hits the door. And Shadow's not even phased as she goes to open the door. And
I was leading down the hallway. Malachi, what have I told you about axe throwing in the front of the house?
I think as you open the door, well, that's what she sees, because she doesn't. I'm figuring that Bel is still in their human form, so Shadow probably doesn't recognize Bel at the moment. But what does she see?
she sees a guy. He's dressed up for a beach. Like he's dressed up for the beach. He's wearing a t-shirt, like a tank, like a sleeveless t-shirt, a short sleeve, kind of a hood, like I'm trying to think of it, like a coat, like a short sleeve coat, shorts, some sandals and stuff. He's wearing kind of he has white long hair. He's wearing a fedora to hide his little tiny horns, and he's wearing kind of circular like lens glasses that have a rose tint to them to try to hide his lamb-like eyes. It's like
I think with the failure, Shadow, if you see this man standing before you, you get one impression and one impression only from them. This is another voyeur coming to check out the haunted house and probably get himself killed if you don't get him out of here.
Okay, so Shadow pulls the hatchet from the door and kind of holds it like she kind of sways it back like she is totally willing to use it. And she kind of looks at him with a raised eyebrow and says, "Can I help you?"
Belle just look. Does he see the hatchet?
She's holding it in her hand.
Belle just looks at the hatchet, looks at you, looks at the hatchet, looks unfazed. Belle kind of, I'm looking for Mel.
Mel, oh, I can't see me. I'm in the other room, but I hear Mel. I'm trying to remember. Is there Melissa? No, I don't think there's any Melissas living here.
Belle goes, Mel, I know it's you. He says in an annoyed tone.
Wait. Oh, you're looking for me?
I think Shadow was gonna play dumb at first, but since they're conversing, she's just gonna kind of like stand. She's still in the doorway, but she's kind of leaning against the doorway to kind of stay out the way a little bit, but kind of still like standing between them in a way.
Has the library given Belle an ID, like a agent ID or anything?
They given you the card to check. I think they're giving you a card. You said if you have trouble convincing him, look at this card.
Belle just looks around. Am I in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah, pretty much.
Out in the country.
Okay, Belle just looks around, looks left, right. He turns into his little lamb form and just floats in that little cloud.
Shadow is gonna squeal loud and say, "Oh my god, the Lammy dance!"
Wait, the Lammy dance?
Belle just raises his hand with one finger pointed up. Not a word. Not a goddamn word about that video.
I was just watching you on something tube.
One from MeTube. Hold on. I pull out my phone and I pull it up. Yeah, you are the little lammy. You are.
Belle just.
Oh my God!
Belle just I need to stretch my leg. I'm here to talk to Mel, and I'm guessing you are. He opens a folder.
Wait! I will say this, Dice. We are keeping what we said previously that you guys have met before.
Oh, I met.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she's still gonna pretend like she doesn't know him and be like, "Oh my god, you're the Lammy guy," just to mess with him a little bit.
Not a word, Shadow.
This is great. It's like, oh, what? Oh, you're wearing that. You look like you're dressed to go swimming or something. You sure you're not supposed to be wearing a bikini?
Well, just knock it off with the puns. Mel, we've been over this. And he looks at Shadow. I guess you don't remember me.
Oh, I do remember you. I just know how much you hate it, and I wanted to mess with you.
Belle just
That's my girl.
He just takes a deep breath in, takes a deep breath out. Remembering what his therapist said. Don't do acts of unjust violence. Center yourself peacefully together. And no turning people into sheeple.
Yeah, I wouldn't want you to have a heart attack. Then we'd have to give you sheep PR.
Bell just...
I know we've talked about this.
No turning people into sheeple. No turning people into sheeple. No turning people into sheeple. He just repeats that under his breath.
No, come on. We know who you are. There's no way you can pull the wool over our eyes.
No. What I mean is I'm not turning you into people, half sheep.
Or lambs, or half. There was a pig. There was someone with a pig. They're still working on it.
Oh, what? You're actually practiced Novinomancy?
I use demon magic. I basically could do a lot of weird shit. Bell looks... Speaking of which, what was it?
So, yeah. And for what I said earlier, Shadow, yeah, definitely compensating.
Bell just looks at you. Okay, I am a short guy, but don't not Bell just like
so
she just gets kind of flustered.
I'm surprised Bell didn't say it's large for my height.
No, like Bell's not compensating for anything like that. It's just he everyone who mocks his size, he just gets really angry at and just gets flustered because it's like he can't help being small. He got his grandpa's genetics.
But so,
Bell,
what are you here for, Lambikins?
Bell, just address me properly, and I'll tell you.
What are you here for, Sir Lambikins?
He's just being sheepish.
Bell, just... Can I use magic?
Well, it depends. What are you using magic to do?
I'm just gonna grab him and hold him in the air with a giant, with a demon hand, like a magical demon hand.
Okay, big piece of straining grasp.
Okay, you can try. I mean, you definitely can try. Roll.
I'm not. I'm gonna aim to kind of shoot a creature.
Yeah, trap a specific person, minion, or
and
monster.
That's using weird, right?
Yep.
Would
that will be a 12. I rolled a 9.
Wow. Magic works without issues. Okay.
Go ahead. I'll let you describe it since it's your turn.
Yeah, so I guess this demonic hand just kind of like materializes and like grabs me and holds me up in the air. And I'm trying to get my hands out. And I'm like, hey, come on, this is no fair. You know there are people who are much worse. I was like, come on. Really, you're gonna be like this? Like one time, I make a little pun one time, and you're always going to be upset.
Bell just looks at him like.
Camera quickly turns to the keeper, who's trying to count on his fingers how many puns were made, and lost track at 4. And back at you guys. Sorry.
No worries. Bell just looks at Mel. We've been over this, Mel. You may insult my name. You can insult me, but you do not insult my size. Now address me properly with my actual goddamn name.
Shadows chimes in and says, come on, guys. I want to keep everything cleaned up in sheep shape.
Bell, I promise I won't make a mess. But
Okay, fine. I'll call you Bell. Damn.
Bell just snaps his fingers and the hand just dissolves into like a hellish fire, like hellfire, and disappears. There you go. Isn't it so hard? He then he kind of reaches and kind of pulls out from a little pocket a folder. It's like, this should answer your questions.
Mel is smirking this whole time, but this will answer our questions, will it? All right, so I will grab it, shake it loudly, and say, what are the winning lottery numbers?
Can I use magic again?
I put it up to my ear. It's not saying anything. It's not answering my questions.
John, can I use magic again?
What are you doing to me this time?
You're going to hear it respond.
Okay, yeah, roll magic.
That is a 10 plus 3. That's a 13.
Okay.
What does it say?
What
you hear 49, 11, 52, 666. And you hear that as a response.
Really?
Shadow just stares at them and says, "Still not the weirdest thing I've experienced in this house."
Bel just like, he just smirks.
So I guess I'll take it and I'll look over and read it. And it's like, so I was going to ask what you're here for, but I guess this is it, huh?
There's a check in there. A decent sized check. It just says payment per agreement. per mission.
Oh.
No, I was handing him the folder for the mystery.
Oh no, there's multiple folders, but that was the one. I want to say that was the one that Greta told you specifically to give him.
Give them.
He recognizes they work for the library for money.
Oh. Bel goes, okay, that is one of the folders, not the right one. Well, it is one of them. That's, I think, your cut for at least the starter pay for the mission. Bel kind of search around. He kind of just he pulls out a few folders and just like checks them. Here's your profile. Here's Shadow's profile. Here we go. I pull out the report file. So, Sean, what is in the file with the report?
It seems to be a report from the library's resident medic and squid boy, Troy Manchester. You've met Dr. Manchester, as Bella's referred to them, and probably made their day when they realized someone actually called him a doctor, despite actually having no medical degree and only having magic for healing.
No one told Bel this. So he just calls him a doctor because he thinks he's just a doctor.
Yeah, it just says there's a report that he was out investigating. He was out looking into a weird appearance and disappearance of bodies at the one of the Tri-City area cities, Cherubim Cove, which is also having its annual surfing contest, the Rocking Riptide Ride. They want people to go in and figure out what's going on, and just in case this is some kind of ritual, just because there's going to be a lot of tourism coming in, and if they don't contain this can become a big old epidemic. And I think it emphasizes the bottom. We don't want another rave, Bel.
Let's hold up a bit on folder and point to it, Bel. It's like, I know you have this view, but I think this part is for you.
Bel just looks at it. They mean no doing hardcore party drugs and going a little magic crazy.
So is this the reason you're dressed as a Beach Boys imitation cover band reject?
Bel just looks at Mel. Look, I only get paid so much. I like to keep some of it as savings. Besides, I'm helping pay back some of the library's expenses since I may have accidentally created another cult. So, yeah. They give me what I can take, so.
Really? The library's charging you late fees now? Yeah.
No, they're charging me a fee for, well, trying to fix people I've turned into half people. There's a reason why
He got turned into Flores.
I'm just like, you've seen a hell of a boss, right, Mel?
Huh?
You've seen Hell of a Boss, right, Mel?
No. You mean Boss Baby? He was a hell of a boss.
No. Bel just shows you. What's our version of YouTube?
There are probably several of them. So.
Yeah, I just show a YouTube video of Hell of a Boss to Mel and Shadow.
You guys see a furry wolf girl. Stop. Looks like it could be Bel's girlfriend.
I basically turned a bunch of people into half demons. Mostly half sheep. A few half demons. A few half imps. A few half hellhounds.
A few weird pigs.
One person. A few werepigs. One werebear.
So making a bunch of people like that, then you're definitely a furry.
Bell I am not a furry.
Shadow says, sounds like a lot of half-assed experiences.
Okay, I was.
Are they though? I didn't even see any were-donkeys in that video.
Bell kind of just, no. I did make a were-ass before. It's a long story. Funny, but very also confusing how it still lives. It was when I was first learning how to use magic.
So ultimately, you want us to help you clean up your mess.
Bell goes, this is not my mess. We're doing something separate. We're going here to investigate this. And if you do accept this, here's the initial, pay for it, and we'll get paid another fancy check after this. Our goal is to help the city, not reveal that monsters and ghosts and all the fun things are real, and we don't create a Never Rave incident.
Excuse me, I am very real.
I know that. But the general population of Earth does not. And we like to keep it on the down low. And I mean this in the most...
Which is why you start raves.
I didn't start the rave. I went to a rave.
Shadow says, I mean...
I didn't start the rave. I just showed up here and they all did the wave. Yeah, right.
Shadow says, I guess it's a good thing I'm in the middle of nowhere. Otherwise, the general public may have seen a floating boat outside my house.
Bell goes, there's a reason I have to keep my human form. Do you think I like being in that form? It feels weird. I can hold it for a while, don't get me wrong, but after a while, it just, my skin itches.
Hey everyone, roll me a plus sharp.
That is a 6.
That's a fail, and that...
I have a 3.
That's another fail, another XP. I got an 8.
What's with these dice, man?
You guys don't notice it until you hear the crash into the back of Belle's car as you see a young man on a bike who's staring in your direction hit the car and flip over into the back seat.
Bell just... Give me a moment. I'm going to go deal with this and fix my car. Bell goes outside. Before he does, though, he turns into his human form.
Yeah, you see a young man, I want to say like a 13-year-old, and his bicycle behind your car. He's in the back seat, and he's like, what did I see? Oh my god!
Bell just looks at him. Bell just he takes off his glasses, looks the kid deeply into his eyes. I'm going to use Dark Negotiator and manipulate somebody.
Okay.
You didn't see anything.
And for each failure you guys had, don't forget to add experience. You're saying you get experience each time.
You didn't see anything.
It's not how Dark Negotiator works. So Dark Negotiator says you can manipulate on monsters.
Oh, my bad.
It's a different move that does mind control, which I happen to have.
My bad.
That one is the mental domination.
Okay. Bell just... Can I use manipulate someone that you didn't see anything?
Yeah, you can use to manipulate someone, but it's gonna be charm instead of weird.
Charm?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I'm good at charming.
I wonder if you chose...
That is a 12. I rolled 2 5s, and I got a +2.
Okay. It's like, but I saw a floating lamp. Where is it? And you see him get up, and he looks around like, what's going on? Oh.
Bell goes, what are you doing in my car?
I mean, I'm sorry. I ran into it. My bad. And he starts to climb out. I'm really sorry, sir. Shoot, I don't have a job. I can't fix this. And he looks back. He actually broke into the light.
Bell's gonna use magic to heal his car.
Wait, are you gonna use magic in front of this guy?
No, I'm gonna disguise it. It's gonna.
Sean, I feel like everybody in the area knows about the ghost house though. So
Well, that's not what he's freaking out about. He's freaking out because he saw a floating lamb. That was the thing. Belle was still floating in the air as a little lamb, a 3-foot tall lamb talking.
I was inside. You could see from the window. It's like Bel's just floating on a cloud, just sitting.
Yeah.
Bel just, don't worry about it. I'll fix it. I just recommend getting out of here.
All right. Okay. All right. Thank you. I'm just gonna get out of here. Let's see.
Bel puts on his glasses.
He gets on his bike and he drives away.
Bel's gonna now use magic on his car. Well, after that kid leaves.
All right.
That'll be 11.
All right.
I rolled a 3 and a 5 plus 3.
Okay. You managed to heal your car.
Bel just like good as new.
Meanwhile, with the folder clapping at my hand at. So it's like, so what do you think, Shadow? We doing this then?
Shadow's kind of at the living room window just watching that whole thing go down, and she's like, I guess so. He seems like a menace to himself.
More of a menace to society, but also himself, yeah.
Don't you mean a menace to you, society?
Besides, if we go with him, we can make sheep jokes the whole way.
Does Bel hear this?
No, we're inside the house.
No. Yeah, you guys, you can't hear it, Bel. You're too busy fixing up your car.
No, I mean, he didn't even get the last one when that I made, which is really even more fun. Yeah, I think this can be fun. And we'll help people. Plus, this should pay enough. We might actually be able to get the roof redone.
Yeah, that definitely needs to happen. All right, I guess it's time we sheer up.
Yeah. And I'll turn around and point and go, Malachi, I told you, no axe throwing. Gotta go to the basement for that. And there's this one floating hatchet, kind of like droops, almost kind of like gets chastised and kind of floats away.
Yeah, he's been trying to pick up the slack since the bride decided she was gonna keep to herself. I taught her how to knit. She's been having fun with that.
Bel comes into the house. By any chance, do you have something to eat? I'm sorry. You hear Bel's stomach just growl really loudly.
It makes an ooze. It makes a. I think it makes like a. It's like a ba. I don't mind this. I think it's funny that when Bel's stomach growl, it makes like a ba sound.
Bel just looks hungry, and you hear that noise. It's like he just kind of grumbles in annoyance. I hate using too much magic. Plus, I also was trying to focus on getting my way here. I didn't really stop to eat.
Shadow's just staring at his stomach and the weird noise it just made. She's like, what do you even eat?
Yeah, so what were we going to do for dinner tonight, Shadow? Was it the leg of lamb or was it the mutton?
I think it was the pork chops.
Bel just looks at Mel.
I meant lamb chops, my bad.
And then looks at you.
Yeah, is the lamb chops? Come on, Bel, play along.
It's easier if you laugh.
Bel goes, bah. Very funny. It's at my expense. How do you feel? Bel just looks like him. How does it feel when people said that they're going to eat you? Do you know how many innocent lamb demons get eaten every year?
Well, if they're going to eat you, that would only be girl lamb demons, right?
My boy. I get the lamb side from my grandma.
Shadow kind of looks at Mel and is like, why would anyone eat us?
I look back at Shadow and just giggle a bit.
Bel goes, never mind. I'm not going to mention. But I eat.
That's it. Then maybe ask, does your computer have enough RAM?
I feel like Bel has a flashback to the giant maw that almost swallowed him whole.
Bel does he just kind of. Bel just looks at the ground. To be honest, I eat either soul food, or just normal human food.
Oh, fish! I think we got some fish.
Fish?
Yeah, he eats soul.
Bel goes, I eat soul food made for souls.
Shadow has to give that one a thumbs down.
Bel was like, I was not making a joke. I was literally being serious.
No, she's giving Mal's joke a thumbs down on that one.
Oh, soul food. Oh, I don't think we do any southern cooking around here.
Belle goes, Mel, remember that time I took you to, where was that called? Billy Joe's Cafe? And you were able to eat food that you were able to taste for once? That is soul food. It is literally food that souls make and cook. I don't know how it works, but technically everything has a soul. Even fruits, vegetables. Well, you know, you get the idea. So, yeah.
Well, if vegetables have souls, does carrot juice constitute murder?
Technically everything counts as murder, if you look at it. Anything you eat counts as murder.
Still not the weirdest thing I've experienced in this house.
If carrot juice constitutes murder, I guess coleslaw is a fascist regime. Yeah.
Belle just looks at Shadow. I'm guessing his influence is rubbed off on you because you're making the same jokes.
Well...
no, it's not rubbed off as much as
Slimed
synchronous frequencies multiplying.
Yeah.
They have more of a multiplicative effect on each other.
Shadow starts to tell him, you know, what she has in her fridge, but her phone goes off and her ringtone happens to be the Lammy Lammy song. Oops, my bad.
Who wants a Lammy Lammy Lammy? Do you?
Belle just looks just like. Belle just walks to a wall and starts banging his head on the wall. Why did that Faye have to do this to me?
Aren't Faye by nature tricksters? So why do they have to do that? Because it's in their nature.
Belle goes, I know that's in their nature. Don't get me wrong. It's because I turned down the offer of marriage for his niece.
Wait, that's not canon. That is not canon.
Not canon?
Because you failed a roll.
Oh, I know that I failed the roll.
He became aware of you and made everyone else aware of you.
I know Belle's just trying to spice things up a little bit. He's indulging, John.
I think with that, the camera pans out as you guys are arguing, and then you guys head out the next or once you guys are ready and all packed up, and then we'll start up next session where you guys meet up with best character in the city. Hope you had fun, Kaelin. Did you have fun?
You started using some of those puns before I had a chance to use them.
Yeah, you better be careful because I have a whole list of ghost puns for next.